What's up, money growers? Jacob back here with another video. Coming to give you guys something, some personal experience today with Navy Federal and getting denied a credit limit increase. And how sometimes, hey man, even if you have a good income and a good credit score, sometimes you just get told no. And you might have things sorted out well going into it, or you think you've got everything squared away on paper, and you still get told no. You have one credit card where you've got all your payments, you have no late payments with them, and you still get told no. So sometimes these things happen. So I'm going to share my experience with you guys today. So hopefully you're able to learn from this. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we got a lot more stuff to talk about. I'll keep talking other stuff here with, not just Navy Federal, but other credit unions as well. Banks, cards, credit card comparison videos. You guys seem to like the credit card comparison videos. People seem to like that, one card versus another card. But today we're going to be sharing some experience of mine. And not some pleasant experience, but nonetheless, hey, I'll share what I've gone through with you guys. Hopefully other people can get some benefit from it. So you guys have maybe seen on this channel here, I've done several videos. If you guys have been following along, you've seen them. Talking about, credit limit increase with Navy Federal, me getting one on my Flagship card. With Navy Federal, because when I got my Flagship card, I was approved. I got approved for the card. It's the only credit card I have with Navy Federal. And I tried the late night hack, which did not work well for me. So you see all these videos online of people getting 15, 20, 25 plus $1,000 limits with the late night hack. But I'd never seen anyone, I don't think anyone had tried it with the Flagship card. So I tried it with the Flagship card, and I got a $7,100 limit. And at that time, I think my credit score was 760s, 770s. I'd been with Navy Federal for a year and a half at that point. So I got a $7,100 limit. I actually asked them right away. I called them the next day and asked if they would give me a higher limit. So they had me send a message. I sent a message and got told, no, this is what you get. You'd have to be able to approve. If you get the Flagship card, they have to be able to approve you for at least $5,000. The other cards I think, are $1,000. So they obviously were able to approve me for more than $5,000, which was cool. But I thought $7,100 was kind of low because I already had another card with higher limit than that. So I did the credit limit increase request over 3 billing cycles. So I waited the 3 billing cycles, so it's definitely been more than 91 days. Did a request online. So not over the phone, I did it online to $15,000. So maybe I was being a little aggressive. I don't know. It's more than double what I already had. I'm like, you know what? This card goes up to $80,000. So let's get the ball rolling on here. I'm going to be a little aggressive with this and see how it goes. So I was not approved immediately online when I did it. So I was not approved immediately. They needed time to process it. I know a lot of people, they just get approved right away, but not me. So late night hack didn't work. Approval right away didn't work for me. So I called multiple times the next couple of days. I would speak to a rep. They say there's no solution has been reached yet, no results, anything like that. So I wait a couple more days. I call back. I speak to a rep who told me I got denied because I had not gotten a phone call, text message, an online message in Navy Federal on the site from them. An email, nothing. I got no reply, nothing from Navy Federal about this. So I'm just calling in every so often asking hey, what's going on with this? What's happening with this increase request? So that was the first sign of bad communication. There's about to be more signs you're going to see as well. But this rep told me I was denied. She said there's no counteroffer, there's no reconsideration, and I have to wait 6 months until I can apply for another credit limit increase request again. And I was like, damn, that doesn't seem like Navy Federal. That seems kind of strict. Navy Federal is usually known, for being a bit more lax and a bit more, I would say customer friendly on some of these things. So I was like, wow, that seems, stricter than I thought it was going to be. So then a week later, I'm talking to another rep about a balance transfer, and I just happened to tell her everything that happened with the credit card limit increase request I made. And she was like, that sounds kind of funny. She goes, can I take a look at that for you? I said, yeah, please. So fortunately, I happened to tell her about it. I just happened to bring it up. She happened to volunteer to look into it. And she's the one who told me, actually, she goes, no, sir. She goes, your results are still pending. They haven't reached a final solution yet. They just need more information from you. And you have 2 weeks to get it in. But again, I had no contact from Navy Federal at all about this. Nothing from them, not a word. So the 2-week clock actually started 2 days before I spoke to this rep. So fortunately, had I not brought it up, had she not volunteered to look into it, the 2 weeks would have gone by and I would have not known anything had happened. I would have never known. So So I wasn't notified until after I got off the phone with her. Navy Federal finally sent me a message. She made sure they sent me a message telling me they needed more information. So they did. They said they needed more information. So what they wanted were my tax returns, any schedules, anything like that showing income. So from last year, that was about 44, 45 pages of documents. So I printed out the 2 pages that showed my total income, sent that in, and then later I got a letter in the mail from them right here saying that statement of credit denial, termination, or change. So basically it says they could not approve my request, basically because it just says right here, unable to verify income, which before I got this letter in the mail, I did call back again and I spoke to another rep. And even some of the stuff he said was like, he goes, well, the first rep you spoke to, some of the things she said were true. The second rep, some of the things she said were true. So I'm like, dude, like almost like every time I call in, like I get a different answer for whatever the process is and however things work with Navy Federal. He said that he looked in the system and they tried it twice to get me approved. He goes, guys, you should have 2 hard inquiries. And I'm like, no, I have 0 hard inquiries, fortunately. You'll see a lot of data points online of people saying if you do it online or through the app, when you request your credit limit increase, that it'll be a soft pull. That did prove to be true for me. So a lot of the other stuff, the late night hacks, the actual increases themselves are not working out well for me. But at least this was a soft pull and not a hard inquiry. But I got the letter in the mail saying they're unable to verify my income even though I sent in those documents. So I guess maybe I should have sent in all 44, 45 pages. Maybe they wanted everything. They did pull from Equifax. So that's what it shows here. They actually pulled from Equifax on this, which they typically, when they do a credit card application, they pull from TransUnion. So which you'll see a lot of people online saying TransUnion. I don't know if I've ever actually heard anyone say they got pulled from Equifax, but I've had reps tell me over the phone that sometimes they pull Equifax. I've heard 50-50, TransUnion, Equifax. I've heard 90% TransUnion, 10% Equifax. And also you always hear, right, certain reps will give you the politically correct answer and say, well, we could pull any bureau. Like, I know you could, but if we're looking at data here, looking at the numbers and the percentages, then more likely than not, they're going to pull TransUnion. But this one, they checked Equifax. My credit score was actually 786. So that was my credit score, 786. I definitely had a good income last year. So 786 credit score, I had a good income. And I was like, nope, you are denied for the credit limit increase request. The rep I spoke to later who told me that, the one rep said some things were true and the other one said some things were true. He looked in the system for me and I told him, I gave him my income. He was able to see Navy Federal has a system. It's not their internal score that I've talked about here where it ranks you from, where they score you from 100 to 450. It's not that. I guess you could call it like their own internal FICO score. Or this other thing is like a FICO monitor basically is what they have for you. And when we looked on there, I think mine was 779 in their system. And he was like, okay, with your income, with your credit score, he's like, you've never had a late payment. He goes, I don't see why you got denied for this increase. He goes, I don't even know what they're doing in the back of the house anymore. The guy was pretty cool when he was talking like that. It was a pretty casual conversation. But he goes, in the back of the house, because I'm not even sure what they're looking for anymore. So he actually recommended I just apply for another credit card, which I may do. I mean, with all of this, maybe I asked for too much. I don't know. Because it was more than double the limit they gave me. So maybe I asked for too much, because they didn't counteroffer me. I've heard of that happening where people say, where, you request a certain limit and they won't give you that full amount, but they'll give you, less than that. So you get an increase, just not as much as you want. But I didn't even get that. They just told me no, flat out. Is what they told me. So again, some of the stuff that's working so well for other people here online is not working out so well for me. Obviously, the communication had been pretty bad, on Navy Federal's part throughout the whole thing. It had been kind of a shit show, which was annoying. But, fortunately, the big thing out of this is it was a soft pull. So I didn't have to waste, a hard inquiry on this, and all the logistical nightmare and whatever they have going on their end, that might up really just negatively impacting me. Pretty, I guess, yeah, at that point I would say it'd be pretty unfair. If it was a hard inquiry and it all this stuff going, especially if that other rep never even told me I had 2 weeks to send another paperwork. So it was just weird the way the communication worked, particularly on Navy Federal's end. But fortunately it was a soft pull, so, I could just wait, do another one later. or said maybe just apply for another card with them soon. But yeah, they denied the credit limit increase I sent them, even with the good credit score, even with the good income, even with never missing a payment on the one card I have with them. Even now, I've been with them almost 2 years at this point. Even with all of that, still got it denied. So hey, your mileage may vary. You'll see lots of videos here online, people talking about, oh, there's this hack to get limit increases, and there's this hack to get approved for cards. And you can do all kinds of things. And, again, for some people, it works out well. And people are usually very willing to talk about when things work out well for them and not willing to talk about when things don't work out so well. But hey, this is how it goes. Sometimes things go your way, sometimes they don't. But I guess I figure, worst case scenario, it gives me some content to talk about here on the channel. It gives other people some perspective and maybe, helps set the expectations that not everything's always going to go smoothly in the world of finance and the world of credit. So hey, we'll see what happens down the road in the future. But Navy Federal, nonetheless, they did deny this credit limit increase. If you've had anything like this happen to you, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments section. What your experience with increased requests have been. So whether it's been denied, whether it's been counteroffered with a lower amount, or whether you seem to get approved all the time. I'd like to hear any numbers, any data points you guys have. Please share them down there in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. I appreciate you spending part of your day with me, and me getting to share my experience with you guys. So I really do hope it is helpful to anybody watching this video. So thanks for watching, and until next time, keep growing your money.